I heard it with my own ears. Not from strangers. From my own blood. Why is she even still alive? The laugh that followed wasn't loud, just sharp enough to split something deep inside me. I was standing behind the wooden gate, holding a glass dish of peach cobbler, still warm. The smell of cinnamon and butter filled the air. My hands didn't tremble. Not yet. I didn't walk away either. It was my grandson, Liam. His voice, deeper now, more confident, but still carrying a trace of the little boy who once ran barefoot through this very yard, chasing fireflies. He was talking to his friends, his tone half joking, half serious. The realtor says I can get a really good price if I sell quickly. But she's still here. I mean, how do you even convince an old woman to leave? She's lived there forever. A pause. A chuckle. Why is she even still alive? They all laughed. And just like that, something inside me cracked. That night, I sat in my kitchen, the same kitchen where I'd once made him cocoa after school, where he told me his secrets, where I'd prayed for him every night. The cobbler sat untouched on the counter. I whispered to the empty room. When did love become inconvenient? The next morning, Liam came in late. No eye contact. His phone in his hand. "Grandma," he said, "we need to talk." I smiled faintly. That usually means bad news. He hesitated, then sighed. "There's an offer on the house. It's really good. You'll love the new place. It's got nurses, gardens, even bingo nights." I stirred my tea. Slowly. "An offer, huh?" He nodded. "You deserve to be comfortable, Grandma." I looked up at him, really looked. The boy who once promised he'd take care of me when I got old, now talking like a man with deadlines. "Liam," I said softly, "do you remember what you said to me the night your father died?" He froze. I continued. "You said, 'Don't worry, Grandma. I'll never let you be alone.'" He exhaled sharply. "Grandma, please don't make this emotional. I can't handle this place anymore. It's old. It's falling apart." I smiled again, a quiet, tired smile. "So am I, dear." That night, I opened an old wooden chest. Inside, letters, photos, a folded flag from my husband's funeral, and a sealed envelope marked legal. Inside it, my will, the deed, and a note written by my husband years ago. "This home will remain in the family. Not for sale. Not for profit. For memory." I traced his handwriting with my fingers. Then I whispered, "You always knew, didn't you?" I placed everything back, folded my blanket neatly, and sat by the window, the moonlight spilling across the old wood floor. Sometimes, silence says what words can't. And sometimes, love doesn't sound like "I miss you." It sounds like "I won't sell your home." A few days later, the realtor came by. She smelled like perfume and polished ambition. "Such a charming place," she said, tapping her clipboard. "Once we renovate, it'll be stunning." I smiled politely. "It already is." Liam avoided my eyes as she walked from room to room, talking about tearing down walls and modernizing. She didn't know. Every crack in these walls had a story. Every scratch on the doorframe marked a year Liam grew taller. They talked numbers. I listened to ghosts. When they left, I baked another cobbler. Same recipe. Same cinnamon. Only this time, I added a note under the dish. It read, "You can sell walls, but not memories. Be careful what you trade for comfort." The next morning, the cobbler was gone. The note, left on the counter, folded, unread. Or so I thought. Days later, I noticed the for sale sign missing from the front yard. The space it left looked clean. Almost hopeful. That evening, Liam came home early, something he hadn't done in months. His eyes were red. His hands were shaking. "Grandma," he whispered, "I read your note." I stayed quiet. He continued, voice trembling. "I went up to the attic. I found Dad's old baseball glove. I just sat there, holding it. And for the first time, I didn't see an old house. I saw my life." His voice cracked. "I'm sorry." I placed my hand gently on his cheek, the same cheek I'd kissed goodnight thousands of times. "We all forget, dear," I said softly. "That's why stories exist, to help us remember again." That night, we sat on the porch, the same porch where he'd once said those words that nearly broke me. The air smelled like rain. Fireflies danced in the dark. He looked at me, his eyes glistening. "You know, Grandma, I don't deserve your forgiveness." I smiled. Forgiveness isn't about deserving. It's about freeing your heart from pain. He nodded slowly. We didn't speak much after that. We didn't need to. Sometimes, the people who hurt you the most are the ones who need your love the most. Later that night, I wrote in my journal, my last page. The ink bled a little, but the words felt strong. They asked why I was still alive. Now I know. To remember my name. To bake one more cobbler. To keep the door open, just wide enough for those who knock with clean hands. I closed the book gently. In the quiet of that room, I could almost hear my husband's voice whispering, "You did well, love. You let go with grace." I smiled, because I finally understood living isn't just about breathing. It's about being remembered for the way you loved when it was hardest to. Respect those who raised you. Before you chase the world, remember the hands that once held yours steady. One day, the house you want to sell might be the only place that still remembers your name.